Hello! Hi everyone! I'm Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company. Today is Tuesday, December 5th, 2023, and we are here for the Garden Meadow Bundle class. So it's the first Tuesday of December, and the first Tuesday of every month is the bundle class. So the bundle class always features a bundle from either the annual catalog or the mini catalog, or in this case, it's an online exclusive. So we're going to be using the Garden Meadow. It's a photopolymer stamp and die set. Here it is right here. This fun set. Whoops, that was an avalanche of stamps and dies that fell out of my shelf here. So this is actually an online suite, I guess. It comes with the stamps and the dies, and there's a whole bunch of dies in here. Some really fun dies. And then it comes with some ribbon, some pecan pie bordered ribbon. And it comes with some designer series paper, some really pretty 6x6 paper called Meandering Meadow, and maybe that'll stay this time. And some embellishments. I think they're called adhesive backed dragonflies and birds, maybe. So really fun products that you'll not find in any catalog. You'll just find them online. And as of this morning, they were all still available for purchase. So, or I should say this afternoon. So if you see anything that you like tonight, you can still get it. So, oh, hi, Marcia Lawn. She says, I love that DSP. I know, me too. I created the 4 cards for tonight for the bundle class. And then I loved the paper so much, I created another card for next week's class. I couldn't pick. Like, there's so many pretty papers. So I tried to use the paper as much as we could in class today, between all 4 cards. So, and the paper is cut for your card kits so that it's like a cohesive pattern. So the paper will like continue throughout your card and look like it's all meant to be together, because it is meant to be together. But yeah, so they were really fun cards to design, and I can't wait to make them tonight. They're not too intricate. There is some coloring and a little bit of die cutting, but the coloring is simple and fun, and I don't specifically know which colors I used per se when I colored the samples. I will try to do my best, but I'll also try to give you some options for colors that you could use if you don't have the ones that I'm using. So I'm going to color using my blends tonight, but you can use any color medium that you like. So if you have other alcohol markers or water-based markers or colored pencils, whatever you like to color with, you can use. So, and if you don't have this set, you could also use Cheerful Daisies, Artistically Inked, Darling Details, Textured Florals, and then Jar of Flowers, which Jar of Flowers is an oldie but a goodie. So that one had a punch, a jar punch. So I sort of looked through my stash of what I had and thought those would work well if you didn't have Garden Meadow. So I'll show you the cards we're going to make and flip the camera. When you're joining, let me know where you're joining from. I'd love to know where you are in the US or the world. So here today, let's see. It's a Tuesday in the middle of the week. It feels like the middle of the week. And it snowed last night. So Milo's getting into something. Milo, behave. Be a good boy. He's like, I'm always a good boy. Yeah, it snowed last night. It was like 30 some degrees today. I don't think the snow's going to stick. It's going to be like 50 degrees in 2 days, which is really unusual for Wisconsin in December. Normally we have a snowstorm right about now. So, but that's okay. Maybe it'll be a brown Christmas, and that's okay. Like, I forget, I was talking to someone and I was like, Christmas to me is snow, because I've never known Christmas or winter without snow. But there's not really, like, half the world, right, is probably gets snow for Christmas, and the other half doesn't. So it's interesting because those of you who have never had snow for Christmas probably don't associate snow with Christmas. But all the movies have snowy Christmases, so maybe you do. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. I'm curious. If you grew up somewhere or live somewhere where there's no snow for Christmas, is that just normal? Do you feel like it's more Christmassy with snow or less, or does it not matter? Or maybe you don't like the snow and that's why you live where you live. So let me know. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to flip the camera and I'll show you what we have for tonight and what we have for next week. So, all right. Add me there. All right. So tonight we're doing the Garden Meadow Bundle Card class. It's December 5th today. I can't believe it's December 5th, but it is. 8 p.m. Central. The card kits. The card kits are free with a $50 order using this current host code or whatever my current host code is. When you place an order, you can always find the host code on my website, browndogcraftcompany.com. My host code will be right at the top. So if you place an order for $50 before tax and shipping and you want to get a card kit for free, please make sure you're using the current host code, okay? Otherwise, you can pay for the card kit all on its own if you don't want to place an order, and that would be $25. So if you go to my website, you can download a copy of my class calendar, which is right here. Whoops, sorry, I'll have to turn off my light up there. This is my class calendar. You can download a copy of it. It gives you all the details of all my classes in chronological order, so we're actually on the back, but here's my contact information, my website, where you can find the host code, how you can contact me. 2024 schedule is ready too, so if you're curious, it's out there, so you can take a peek. Let's see, here we are here, Garden Meadow. So, and then here's just some other details. So basically I have class every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. It's always free to watch, and I always sell card kits. So I do have more card kits for this class. If you are interested in watching this in the future, reach out to me. I'd be happy to ship a card kit out to you. So what else? Every time you sign up for a class with me for a card kit, you get the PDF tutorial included in your class. So, and you can purchase the PDF tutorial separate if that works better for you too. But your card kits, you get all of the pieces to make the cards except for the stamps and dies. So you just need your own stamps and dies. And you don't have to use exactly what I'm using. You can use whatever you have. I'm sure you have lots of your own things that you can use too. So, okay, so these, well, before I show you the cards I'm going to make today, let me turn off the light. And let's look at next week. So next Tuesday, oh, I wonder why my overhead light isn't on. Couldn't figure out why it was so dark. Wrong light. Okay, so next Tuesday, it's already December 12th next Tuesday. It's going to be the Let's Craft card class, and that's where I do 3 cards with 3 different stamp sets, and we're going to be using Sparkling Snowflakes, Shop the Town, and Garden Meadow. Now, you could use various other stamp sets for that class. Trying to get it to focus. Okay. And those card kits are free with a $50 order or $22 without an order. And it's these 3 cards. Let me zoom in a little. So this is card number 1 for next week. We'll do Emboss Resist. Here's card number 2. How I said I couldn't help, I had to use the paper again. So this is the paper from tonight's class again. And then card number 3 uses Shop the Town. Okay, so those are next week's classes. I have card kits available for those still if you're interested. Then the next week in December is Stamp a Stack, and that's December 19th. This is the only one that's not free with an order. So it's $49, various ways to pay, and you get all the supplies to make 9 cards. So 3 of each card. 9 cards total. You'll get all the designer series paper plus extra to make more, an entire roll of ribbon, 1 whole new pack of embellishments, and all your envelopes. So we're using Translucent Florals, which is an online exclusive, I think, from last summertime maybe. This one's a fun fold. Okay, so you just need any floral stamp. And then there's a lot of stamping in this class, so I created a guide that we'll go over doing class 2. But you'll get this in your kit, a layout of what to stamp and how to stamp, and then this is how it'll look. Okay, so I'll show you how to do this during class. And then the last class in December is the day after Christmas. So if you're going to be around, it's using Fluffiest Friends, and it's my Fun Fold class. So the Fun Fold class is 3 cards, and December's is going to be Fluffiest Friends, which is an online exclusive. And other sets that could be used if you didn't have that would be these, and really it's any stamp that you can color in. So we're going to make this card, and this one has a gift card holder on the inside. We're going to color our bear and the bird and the leaves and the honeycomb. I'm going to show you how to color it all. And then this one, we're going to color the little hamster and the bunny here. Okay, and you can put a gift card in here. And then this one is the little beaver. And I don't know what you call this style of card, but it has a lot of parts and pieces. When I'm kitting it up, it's a lot of parts and pieces. Okay, so that's it for December. I do have some cards designed for January. I've showed you those a little bit before. I won't show you them yet, but I'll show you them in a couple weeks again once I have them all designed. I'm waiting. They all use the new mini catalog stamp sets, so as soon as I get those, I will design cards and show you those. So let me put these aside. And let me pull out today's class. So when you get a card kit from me, so like this is the bundle class, so there's 4 cards. So you'll get 4 envelopes just like this, and inside each envelope will contain all the parts and pieces that you need to make your card. So it's all organized by card. You don't have to do any of the random cutting or organizing. All your cardstock, like your card bases, are scored, so it's all set for you. Mine, I don't do that for mine. When I'm kitting for myself, I just throw it all in this bin. So yours will not look like this. Yours will be nice and organized and perfect. So the cards we're using the cards we're making today, this is the first. I'm trying to remember which order I did them on the PDF. I think it's this one, and then this one is second. Okay, and I think this one was third. Okay, I love this one. And then this one is fourth. Okay, and I'll tell you how to cut the paper if you're at home so that you know how to make it cohesive also. So lots of measuring on my part to figure out what part of the DSP looks the best and how you'd like your DSP to lay on your card, I guess. So, all right, without further ado, let's start. Okay, so let's see. For this card, let's start with this card. So this one has a petal pink base. Marsha Lawn, are those card kits also? Yes, Marsha. All of the cards that I show you are available as card kits to purchase. So here's my December schedule. So we're doing Garden Meadow. So that's a card kit that you can purchase. Then next week is the Let's Craft. That was the Sparkling Snowflakes, Shop the Town, and Garden Meadow again. And that's a class of card kits that are available. And then the Translucent Florals is a card kit that's available. That's the Stamp-A-Stack. So you'll get, for $49, you'll get all of this. They come really fun. I can show you kind of what they look like. This is a different class. The ones that you were doing now, Marsha, there's probably like a 10-second delay, so I think you're probably talking about the Fun Fold, the Fluffiest Friends. I think. And yes, that's a card class. So my last class of the month is always a fun fold class. So I think you might have been talking about this one, Fluffiest Friends. So this one, I think. So that's a class for card kits. They are either free with a $50 order using the current host code, or $25 without an order. Okay, so that's 3 cards. I think that's the one you were talking about. Let me know if it wasn't, because there's a bit of a delay. So oh, these ones. Are you talking about these ones, Marcia? Yes, this is a card class. Yep. We're in a card class right now. The Garden Meadow. So if you want a kit for this one, I do still have some kits left over. So yes, definitely. So these ones are my bundle class card kits. Okay. So it's every bundle class is 4 cards. And they're free with a $50 order or $25 without an order. Okay, so let me pull out the parts and pieces that you'll get in your kit for that one. Should be these. All right, so in your kit, you are going to get a petal pink card base, and it's already scored for you. You will have to widen a little bit. You will have to reinforce your score line. Okay. Okay, so there's that. You're going to get some of the pecan bot. Yes, those are the ones. Yes, you're welcome. Marcia, let me know if you want a card kit, okay? I'd be happy to mail one out to you. Okay, so here's the pecan pie bordered ribbon that goes in this suite. You're going to get a strip and you're going to get a bow. And I already tied your bow for you, okay? You're going to get a little scrap of white to stamp on. You're going to get a petal pink stylish shapes, what do you call this? Banner. And then you're going to get your black mat. You're going to get 2 black mats. One is small and one is large. So the small one goes with the bottom of your designer series paper. And the larger one goes with the top. And then this is for your inside. Okay, so now your designer series paper on this card, it measures 5 1/4 wide. So what I did when I cut this is it's 6 inches wide. It's 6 by 6 paper. So I cut it to be 5 1/4 this way. So I think I cut some trees off over here. Okay, so I wanted to keep this little, I can't tell if it's a stream or just some flowers, but I wanted to make sure I kept that. So I cut it first to 5 1/4. So then this strip is 1 1/2 inch and this one is 3. So once you cut your paper to 5 1/4 this way, you turn it and you cut 3 inches and then 1 1/2. And then that gives you your 2 pieces that match up together. Okay. And this one isn't too hard because it's just 2 pieces. Some of the other ones you want to make sure you keep them in order because there's 3 pieces. Although I did mess them up when I was doing my card kit, and it's not that hard to figure out where they go. So, all right. So let's do our stamping, and then we'll do some of our coloring too. So let me pull out my stamping mat here. And let's see what we're going to stamp in. So we need to stamp some boots. I love these boots. And a watering can. Boots and watering can. And let's stamp them in Memento or any alcohol marker safe ink. Or if you're not coloring with alcohol markers, just make sure you color you stamp in an ink that works well for your whatever you decide to color in. And my Memento is very juicy. So there's our cute boots. And then we need our watering can. And then I'm just gonna let this dry for a minute. It doesn't take long. Okay. All right. While we're at it, I think we should stamp our sentiment. So when I stamp sentiments that I'm not going to die cut, you can use any black ink that you have, like Memento. Mine happens to be extra juicy because I just re-inked it last class. But when I'm stamping in sentiments, I like to stamp in a pigment ink. So I like to use VersaFine. It does take a long time to dry, and it definitely does not work when you're coloring. So don't use it to stamp and then color with. It will bleed everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to stamp. I can't imagine having a better friend in black, and I'm going to stamp on my banner here, and I'm going to stamp a little bit off to the right, a little bit more towards this side, because we're going to put our little boots and watering can over on the side. So, and if you're not sure how your stamp is going to stamp, you can always stamp on a piece of scratch paper first. Before you stamp on your project. There. And then I'm going to set this aside. It needs a little bit of time to dry. Okay. All right. Now, there is some stamping on the inside of our card. And I did these little flowers, and I think they're cute, like coming up from behind this black. So they're stamped in petal pink. So first, let's get those two stamps out. So it's, where are they? Okay, it's these little, I don't know what those are, little flower things. And these taller ones here. Okay, so let me get my petal pink. I should have got my stamp colors out ahead of time. Here's petal pink. Now, since we want these kind of peeking out from underneath this little mat here, I'm just going to take this mat and I'm going to hold it here because this is about where it's going to go. I know it's hard to see because I'm putting that against a black stamping platform, but I put my black cardstock right here because this is where it's going to go on the card. So to give us an idea of where to stamp, I'm going to ink up the little flowers in my petal pink, and before I stamp, I'm going to line it up and pull this to the side because now I'm pretty sure that's going to be just peeking out. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing with these bigger flowers, but on the other side. I think these might be lilacs. I'm not entirely sure what kind of flowers these are. I'm not good with flower names. Okay. And I didn't stamp a sentiment on the inside of this one. Okay. All right. Let's see. Before we color, let's glue some of our card pieces together. So let's take, and we'll put glue on the back of our inside and glue on the back of these. Now, you can pick if you like the back side of the DSP. You can also use the back side. You don't have to use the side that I'm using. So it's hard to cover it up, but we will use a cloud pattern on one of the future cards. They're like more purpley bluish. Oops. Whoops, I just pushed that into my card. That's what happens when I put too much glue on, on too many pieces at one time. Okay, so this one's gonna go here and it's just gonna get centered. Okay. Today doesn't feel like Tuesday for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I don't know what day it feels like to me. But it just doesn't feel like Tuesday. And then this large piece will go in here. I guess it feels like it's been a long week already and it's only Tuesday. I don't know. I don't know why. All right. And then let's get this on the inside. Make sure I do it the right way. Okay, that's gonna go here. Okay, now this strip is going to go on the inside of our card, right here. So I'm gonna glue it down. I got a new glue bottle and the glue wants to come out like crazy. So make sure you glue this one right side up. Okay, you won't be happy if you glue it upside down and then realize it later that it's upside down, which I think would be okay. It's kind of like a, this designer series paper reminds me of like a painting. And I don't know what the style of painting is. It might be like abstract. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in art. But I think it's like abstract painting. I don't know. Maybe someone who's watching knows what that type of art is called, that type of painting. Oh, and don't glue this down like I was about to do. We have to put our ribbon around it first. Okay. Don't glue it down. Get your tear and tape out. Oh, where is my tear and tape? There it is. Okay. We are going to make a tear and tape sandwich with that ribbon. So I take 2 pieces and put them on my hand. 2 small pieces. They're maybe, I don't know, 1/2 inch-ish, maybe a little bit longer. And then we're going to take 2 pieces and we're going to put them toward the bottom. Maybe like 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, but on the back here, because that's where we're going to have our ribbon wrap around. I'm so glad I caught that. I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but this is why sometimes I think you should watch and not craft with me, because then you can see the mistakes that I might make and not make them yourself. Okay, so I'm going to peel the backers carefully off my tear and tape. Try not to get my fingers gluey. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap the ribbon around. Again, try not to get too gluey here. And I'm going to push it into the tear and tape from the front there. And then bring it straight across. And push it into the tear and tape on this side. Okay, so that's what we're going to look like. And then make a tear and tape sandwich by adding our extra pieces on top. Okay, I'm going to peel these backers off. Oh, this is a lot easier to do when you haven't already put glue on your piece. There we go. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more glue here because I took it off with my hand. And then we'll add this to the card. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay, there's our card base. Right. Cute. Now, should we do our coloring? Okay, so I think what I did was Misty Moonlight and Gray Granite, I believe. So you could also use Night of Navy or Boho Blue, maybe even Blueberry Bushel. I might have used Smoky Slate, actually. I think I used Smoky Slate, but you could also use Gray Granite. So if you want to see what your markers are going to look like before you color, I always recommend coloring a little bit. Like, I like that color. Like, that looks nice, right? For a watering can. Okay. All right, I'm going to zoom in. So I have Misty Moonlight, light and dark, and Smoky Slate, light and dark. So I'm going to take my Smoky Slate dark, and I'm going to color on the watering can where I think the shadows might be. So probably on the inside of the can. And then it's round, so I'm going to guess that the shadows are going to come from the side. And probably on here some. Okay, and then I'm going to take my light Smoky Slate and blend out. So color over what I've already colored and bring the marker into the center to fill it in. Now, if you feel like you took away too much of your dark color, you can always go back with your dark color and repeat this same thing again. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So then we'll do Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to start with dark Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I feel like it would probably be dark back here down the back of the boot, and then maybe right here where the boots meet. And then I'm going to take light Misty Moonlight and do the same technique. I'm going to color over what I've already colored and drag the marker, drag the ink out to blend the two together. Okay. Now again, if you think it blended out too much, you can add your dark again. Aren't they cute? I think they're so cute. I love this set. As soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it. It's just adorable. Okay, now we're gonna get our dies and die cut these out. I have a lot of stuff today. All right, so let's get our dies. Let's see, boots and watering can. If I zoom out too much, my camera wants to focus on other things. Okay, so I'm going to line these up and die cut them out. If you're watching, you'll have to let me know if you have this set and if you've played with it yet. I just think it's adorable. All right, and line that one up. Oh, and I should mention, to make this card base, it's super easy. It's a regular top folding card base, and you just cut an inch off one of the sides. So instead of being 8.5, tall. It's only 7.5. So really easy to create that. I guess it's sort of a fun fold, right? So, okay, all right. Let's pop this up with some dimensionals here. We're gonna pop a lot up on dimensionals today because I love dimensionals. They're my jam. And I use a lot of them. I go through a ton of dimensionals. I just don't know what to do without them, to be honest. I don't know. Okay, so this is gonna go off to this side a little bit. Okay. And we're gonna pop up our boots and our watering can. So we'll get both of those on here. So now the boots I put first, and I sort of tuck them around the sentiment. Okay. And then the watering can I tucked in front of the boots. So, like that. Okay. Now, our watering can and our boots need a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to take a white gel pen, any white gel pen, and I'm going to add some highlights. So I'm going to put some highlights down here. And then our boots, I'm imagining, do any of you have shiny rain boots? I do. Mine aren't blue, they're red, but I'm imagining that these are shiny rain boots. So, got to add some little reflection there. Okay, now we're going to add our bow. So we're going to take our bow, and you're going to take the back of your bow, the side that looks less pretty, and stick it in a glue dot. Okay, so now the back of your bow will have a glue dot. Make sure you like where your tails are, and that's gonna go right here. And then you can trim your tails however you would like. I'm not great at trimming tails, I just guess. I'm sure there's like a correct way and an incorrect way that you're supposed to do this little banner, but I don't know what that is. So I just go with it. And I think it looks cute. Okay, then in your kit, you're gonna have a bird. So here are mine. You're gonna have a bird. So you can put your bird flying off up here. Let me find my take your pick tool. So these are adhesive backed. I'm going to put my bird up here. Okay. Marcia has this set. Yay, Marcia. Card number 1. Yay, isn't that cute? See, the coloring is easy. So if you're ever afraid to color, don't be. Just, I want to say practice makes perfect, but practice doesn't make perfect. There is no such thing as perfect, especially in coloring. But if you haven't colored with alcohol markers, I highly recommend you give it a try. So, oh, and then there's, this one has 2 little pearls I missed down the bottom here. So we'll do a basic pearl here and a basic pearl there. Let me get the pearls. I love pearls. They are my absolute favorite embellishment, and I use them all the time. So here is one large one, and one smaller one. There we go. There's the 3 embellishments. All right, card number 1 done. Yay, that was quick. That was a quick card. All right, now we're going to do card number 2. Which one was the second one? I think this one was the second one in the tutorial, so we can do this one next. So this one doesn't have any coloring, just stamping. And that is Orchid Oasis. Okay, so let's pull out that card kit. So again, yours will be in an envelope, so look for the Orchid Oasis envelope, or the Orchid Oasis cardstock within your envelopes. Okay, now this one is, it's 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, and it's scored 2 1/8 inches from each side. So that's what gives you the gate right here. So take all your pieces out. Your embellishments will be in here too, so be careful not to lose your little embellishments. Okay, so that's what gives you your gatefold by scoring it from 2 1/8 on each side. Okay, so you'll want to burnish your score lines. Okay. Then you're going to have a long piece of pecan pie bordered ribbon. You're going to put that behind your little sentiment circle right here after we stamp on it. You're going to have 2 pieces for the gate. One is the base and one is the gate detail. You could just use the gate detail if you wanted. You wouldn't have to use the gate base too, but I don't know, I thought it was cute. You're going to have this arch, and then you're going to have these bushes. So how I cut these bushes, this is the die for the bushes. Okay, so I took a strip of garden green and cut this. Ran it through the die cut machine like this. Then it was still just a strip of garden green. Then I took the archway die that I used to cut this in Orchid Oasis, right here, and I lined it up on the piece of garden green, just like this, and die cut that. So it was a long strip of garden green sticking out on either side of this, and then when you run it through the die cut machine, it gives you the die cut piece here. So that's how it matches up perfectly with your archway right here. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then try to keep these in order. Okay, these are your designer series paper that I cut. So the designer series paper, there are 4 of them, 2 different patterns. So 2 for the inside and 2 for the outside. Okay, so the 2 for the inside are these cloudy ones, and they measure, well, all 4 measure the same. So they're 5 1/4 tall by 1 7/8 inches wide. Okay. And they match up. Okay, and then these match up. These won't matter because they're not let me show you oh, here's the front of the card. You won't be able to see them. Okay. All right. So, and then you're going to have 4 black mats right here, this size. So these are 2 by 5 3/8. There's 4 of them. I know it's really hard to see black on a camera. And then you have your black mat for the inside and your white mat for the inside. Okay. So let's do our stamping. Let me pull out my stamping mat. I need Orchid Oasis. So Orchid Oasis is I believe it's a 2022 to 2024 in color. So once the next annual catalog comes out, I believe it's time to retire Orchid Oasis. So let's stamp. We're going to stamp here. We're going to do every day is a fresh start. Where's that one? Right here. Yep. And what does the inside get? Well, the inside gets thinking of you and this cute little flower. I don't know what that is. Flower shrub? Bush? Is a flower bush a thing? I don't know. Okay, so this will be Orchid Oasis. Every day is a fresh start, right in the center of our circle. And this is a little circle from Stylish Shapes. Every day is a fresh start. Just right in the center there. Okay, and then on the inside of our mat, at the bottom left, I stamped this little flower thing, whatever it is. Okay, and then I stamped thinking of you. Which is, let's see, thinking of you. This one. And I stamped that in black. You could stamp it in Orchid Oasis too. Let's try Memento this time and see how it stamps since I just re-inked it. All right, thinking of you. I can smell it. I can smell the Memento. It has a very specific smell. Thinking of you. There. That looks great. Looks great. And that's all our stamping for this card. Okay. All right. What else? This I used Stella on. I really need a piece of scrap paper. I don't know where I put all my scrap paper. Here we go. Found it. Okay, so I took my Stella, and my Stella's running low. Running low on Stella. I need some more. It's not orderable right now. I should look when it's ready, when it's scheduled to come back, because I need some more. I am so low. I've already tried the putting alcohol in trick, and I need some more. So hopefully your Stella isn't as thirsty as mine is and works a little better for you. I need a refill. Okay, so I Stellaed the whole thing on the sample card. So, okay, and then we can start assembling. So let's do assembly of our archway. So we're gonna put some glue on the back of here. I would avoid putting glue where these little, it cuts like little holes in this, some like little detail. I would avoid putting glue there. This gets lined up right at the bottom. Okay. And then you might have to punch out a fence piece or two. This needs some like fine tip glue or precision glue. It's just really little. You wouldn't need it per se. It just might make it a little bit easier to put onto your fence here, to put onto the base. So I'm gonna add some here, some here. This kind of reminds me of super glue. It doesn't dry as fast as super glue, but just like the consistency kind of reminds me of it. Okay. So that will go there. And this has like a little pin. I don't know, it works well. It goes on clear. You know, the other glue goes on white. It does dry clear, but it goes on white. And it's a little more, you know, there's not a fine tip on it. So I like the little fine tip that's on here. Okay, then this is gonna get popped up with dimensionals. So let's add a few dimensionals here. We'll do 3. Okay, and then this goes in the center at the bottom right here. So like it's like a little gate going into the garden. It reminds me of the book, The Secret Garden, and it was a show when I was a kid too, a movie, and I loved it. I didn't know that it was a book until after I had already seen the movie, but I think my husband had to read it as a kid, and he hated it. not his type of story. And I'm pretty sure he read it as a kid. I think when we first started dating, we talked about how he read it and it just wasn't the correct genre for him. All right, so I'm going to add some tear and tape to the top and bottom of the back of my circle, my little white circle, and have 2 pieces waiting. And we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to make like a faux bow. So if you don't like this faux bow look, you can do whatever you would like. So I'm going to touch the ribbon to the tear and tape on the back and bring it out the other side and make like a little loop. Okay, so it's got a little loop, and then I'm going to bring it back to the other side over here. And I'm going to make a loop over here. Okay. Come on now. Come this way some. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to make another loop, and we'll come back this way. Okay, so this is what we have. 2 little loopies, and we'll trim our tails when we're done. Okay, so once you like how it looks, flip it over and add some tear and tape to hold everything down. Okay, now the back of tear and tape is very slippery, and no glue, including the dimensionals, will stick to the tear and tape backer. So you got to peel the backers off almost all the time. Otherwise, your little piece won't stick to anything. So I'm going to add some dimensionals back here. And this is going to go in the top of our gate here. The top portion of our gate here, centered left to right. So we're going to do every day is a fresh start. All right, I'm going to wait to trim my tails until I get it on the card. So let's do some gluing onto the card. So let's glue our white to the black, to the large black mat. I'm not going to do too much glue on this stuff this time because last time I put my finger in it. So, all right, so this is a real tight margin here. Okay, and then this is going to go on the inside of your card. I like using black and using really small margins because I feel like if you do too much black, sometimes it's kind of like very dramatic, right? But if you do just a little bit of black, it gives just the right like look of elegance. Okay, so that's the inside of our card. Now we're going to take 2 black mats here and we're going to glue our 2 clouds to these. Okay, so I'm going to flip these over. Ooh, those are pretty. See, you could have that too if you wanted. If you wanted to see this on the inside of your card, do the clouds, glue the clouds down instead. That would be pretty. I just love this paper. So each one of these gets its own black mat. And then these are going to go on the inside of your card. The clouds are the inside. So once those are nice and glued, we'll flip them over, add glue to them. Oh, my finger is still sticky from my original my original gluing. Okay. Now I don't think there's an up, like a right side or a wrong side to the clouds. Maybe there is. I don't know. It's very abstract. At least I think that's the word for it. I don't know. All right, so there's the inside of our card. Isn't that pretty? You're not expecting to have paper on the inside like that, I don't think. So that's fun. All right, now we're gonna do our pieces on the front. So pick which side. I mean, you could do that too. Those would be really pretty. So pick which side you'd like and glue the opposite side down. Okay. All right. Good boy, Milo. He's completely passed out over there. All right. There. And then these get glued to the front. Lots of layers on this card. If you didn't want it to have so many layers, you could definitely eliminate the black mat and just do the designer series paper on the card front and on the inside too, instead of doing the mat. I like the mat and I like the weight of the card. It's very like substantial feeling, but it might cost an extra stamp. I'm not sure. I haven't weighed it. Maybe I should weigh it. Or you could hand deliver it. Okay, now on this one, we're gonna make sure that we only adhere the left side because it's gonna stick to this side when we open the card. So I did use dimensionals and I'm only going to put them down this left side here. Maybe right there. Okay. All right, so that gets centered on the card, top to bottom, left to right, and we need to add our gems. Where are you, gemmies? Okay, so we're gonna add, you're gonna have a little flying bird. He's like this little swoopy guy here. Okay, and that's gonna go under here. And then, oops, and then I've got two pearls in the corner up here. Just leave these out. So I have one pearl here and one pearl here. And then we just have to trim our ribbon tails. So again, I'm sure there's a way you're supposed to do these. I don't know what that way is. And I don't like the way I trimmed that either. There. Okay, card number 2. Thinking of you. This card is very multi-purpose, right? It could be a birthday card. It could be a get well card. It could be a graduation card. It could be you're just thinking of someone and you want to send them a nice card to make them feel better kind of card. I think there's lots of different options. Lots of different occasions you could send this card for. That's the word I'm looking for. Occasions. Okay, card number 2 is done. All right, where did I put card number 1? I don't know. I'll find it for the end. Okay, now we'll do card number 3. And that is this card. It has a Highland Heather base. And when you're looking at your card kits, you're going to have 2 cards that have Highland Heather bases. The bases are identical. They're even scored the same way. But the designer series paper and the other parts that are in the card kit are what are different. So you're going to look for the one that has the 3 small pieces of designer series paper and these banners. Okay, so let me get my card kit out. Here it is. So you are going to have a Highland Heather card base. And to make this fun fold, it's a regular side folding card base at 5.5 by 8.5. You're going to score at 4 1/4, which is where you would normally score. And then you're also going to score at 2 1/8. So on the 8.5-inch side, you'll score at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And that's how you get these two score lines. So on this one in particular, your score is already folded in half. We're going to fold it back. So let's pull out what we get in the kit. So we're going to get a whole bunch of ribbon, which we are going to cut this in half. We are going to get 2 Highland Heather banners cut with the stylish shapes dies. 1 banner, slightly smaller, cut in black. 3 pieces of designer series paper, and I have it in order in your card kit, and like I said, if it falls out, it's okay. You can put it back together, but you'll have 3 pieces here, and then you're going to have a white mat. So what this one is you'll take your card and score it, not score it, burnish your score line. And then you're gonna be looking at this other score line here right in the center, and you're gonna fold it backwards. Okay. And then burnish. Okay, so I'll show you that again. So you have your card, you're looking at the score line, you're gonna fold it backwards and then burnish that fold, okay? Right there. Okay, so let's do some gluing. Oh, you know what? I didn't cut myself my black mats. Unless I left them in here. I didn't cut myself my black mats. That's all right. I'll cut them right now. Let me get some black. Okay. Good thing I write down my measurements for myself. So our black mat, let's see, the first one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So here's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So that's that one. And then I need 2 at 2 by 5 3/8. 2 by 5 3/8. So here's 5 3/8 by 2 by 2. So when you're looking at your paper here, at your designer series paper, these measure 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So when you have your piece of paper, it's 6 by 6. So first you're gonna cut either the top off or the bottom off. So it measures 5 1/4. I have a sneeze coming. Isn't that annoying when you have a sneeze coming and it doesn't want to come? And then they measure 1 7/8. So then you're just going to put your paper into your trimmer and cut at 1 7/8, move it again, cut at 1 7/8, move it again, and cut at 1 7/8. So then you get 3 pieces of paper that all measure 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, and they match up. Okay, so we are going to take these 2 pieces of paper on the left and put them onto these black mats, and the piece of DSP on the right is going to go on the white mat. Okay, so these 2 pieces onto here, this one onto here. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to put my glue on here just so you can see this. Oh, and I'll scooch up some. I see I'm out of frame. Okay, right, so here's our 3 coordinating pieces of DSP. These 2 pieces, the one on the left and the one in the middle get matted in black. Okay, there's the one on the left. Here's our one in the middle. And then this piece is going to go onto this side of our white. So this one I will add glue to the back of this one. Now make sure it's right side up. Okay, you can see your little path matches up. And that's gonna go right to the edge here. Okay, so right on your edge there. Okay, so here's our 3 pieces. Now I'm gonna take this white piece and I'm gonna glue it to the black mat up here. Okay, so let's add some glue to this one. Sherry says hello from Southeast Indiana. Welcome, Sherry. Thanks for joining. We're on card number 3. When we're all done, I'll show you all the cards and you guys can tell me which one is your favorite. I'll tell you which one's my favorite too. So, okay, so this is on here. All right, now we already scored and we already burnished our score lines. So we're gonna make sure we keep these in order, right? This is our left, this is our center, and this is our inside. And everything matches up, right? Our pattern, our pattern flows. Okay, so we're gonna add these to the card base and we're just gonna make sure we're strategic about it. So I'm gonna add the mat on the inside first. So I'm gonna take that, add some glue. And that's going to go on our inside here. Okay. All right. Now I have my little card base open, right? My little flap is right here. Okay. This is the center piece and it's going to go here. So I'm just going to put some glue here because for some reason, I feel like it's easier today to put the glue there. I don't know why, but I feel like it is. And then this is going to go here. And just make sure you're centered. If you're not centered, your card won't open and close very well because we're putting these pieces about 1/8 of an inch away from the score lines. So just make sure they're completely centered as best you can. Okay, and then let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Just looking at my sample, making sure I'm doing it right. This one will go here, and I'll put my glue on here again too. Okay. Make sure we're right side up. Okay. So that's the base of this card, and when we open it, look how pretty it is. I think this one might be my favorite DSP in the whole pack. It's so pretty. It reminds me of like the Wizard of Oz, how Dorothy goes down some path of whatever it is, the yellow brick road. It's not yellow, I guess, but that's what it reminds me of. Or maybe Alice in Wonderland. Okay. All right, so that's that one. We are going to... Should we color first? Let's color last. I feel like we should color last again. All right, let's take our little banner here. This little black banner. It's cut with the stylish shapes, so it's got the stitched detail. And we're gonna heat emboss Happy Birthday in white. Right here, Happy Birthday in white. So let me get this. And we're gonna pull out our, let's see, does it fit on this little black? It sure does. Then we're gonna pull out our Versamark and our powder tool. So whatever powder tool you have works. And powder up. Okay, and then our Versamark. Happy birthday. Ink that up pretty good. And get it as straight as we can. Happy birthday. Okay, and then I'm going to take some tweezers and dip it into my white embossing powder, which I keep in these little containers. I take it out of the container it comes in and put it in this little thing. And you can use a spoon if you want to. I'm just going to dip it in today. Okay, that looks good. If you get embossing powder somewhere that you don't want it, you can use a little paintbrush to dust it off. Okay, and then we're going to heat set that. All right, I would let that cool for just a second, and then you can buff away any excess. Oops, careful, don't do what I did and bend it. You can buff away any excess embossing powder. Okay, so this is going to get glued in onto the center of one of these Highland Heather flags. You're going to have 2 Highland Heather flags. I'll tell you why you have 2 in a minute. So this goes right in the center. Okay. Okay. Cute. Okay. Now, here's your ribbon. And you can cut it into 2. So fold it in half and cut it. And it's really simple how to do the ribbon. Where's my tear and tape? It's a tear and tape sandwich, but it's not a complicated one. So I'm going to take 2 pieces of tear and tape and put them right on the back here. One on one side and one on the other. I'm going to have to put that, I put that tape a little bit over the edge of my cardstock here, which is okay. When I peel the back off, I'm just going to make sure I get that adhesive pushed over the side here, like this. Just roll it over the side. Okay. And then we took our ribbon and we're going to have it stick out from either end, and we want it offset just slightly. So I'm actually going to put them at a diagonal. You could just put them like this and then cut them. But I'm going to put them at a little diagonal here. So one there, and then I'm going to do one here. Okay, and when I'm happy with how they look, I'm going to use some tear and tape to hold them down. Maybe I'll do a couple more pieces of tear and tape on the other side. Now, the reason why you have another piece of Highland Heather cut like this is because this is going to go right here. And if it was like this and we glued this down, we would see that mess behind it. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to look at that. So we're going to take this piece and put it right here. Okay. But before we can do that, let's peel off our backers. And there we go. 1, 2. How many did I do? 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Shut the door. All right. Now, on the sample card, I did dimensionals. Can you see that? You can kind of see the dimensionals in there. I think I'll stick with dimensionals. It's just a real small gap, and I think if we did liquid glue, I don't know that it would hold the best. I think it would eventually, but I think it would take a little while. So I'm gonna do 3 dimensionals, and then I am going to be super careful, and I'm gonna line up this piece on here. Now, when you're doing this, make sure that you're holding your die cut correctly. So this is the correct side up, right? The die, this is the back side of the die. We want to make sure we sandwich the 2 bad sides together, right? So this is the back side of the die that we're looking at down here, and this is the good side of the die. So we're going to make sure we put the bad side of the die to the bad side of the die. So I'm sorry, I'm going to lean in so you're going to get my head, but I want to line this up as best I can. There. Okay, so now we have this little sandwiched together little piece, but it hides the ugliness behind it, right? Okay, so before we adhere this to the card, let's do one more stamping and coloring since we saved our coloring for last. So this one on the inside gets a little basket of flowers. Are you okay, Milo Bear? Are you okay, baby? Hi. Good boy. You just getting comfy again? All right, little basket of flowers. Here it is. So I'm going to pull out my memento. Now I'm going to be brave and stamp this without any stamp positioner, and after I already assembled my entire card. So wish me luck. Okay, so it also needs a little bit of road underneath it. Not road, ground maybe? And I think I did that in crumb cake. So I'm gonna take my basket and let's ink it up. Let's make sure it stamps nicely. It does, it stamps nice. I'm gonna take my basket and ink it up nicely in memento and stamp it right here. Cool, that stamped okay, good. Now we're gonna stamp the little road right below it in crumb cake. There's like a little, I'm calling it a road. I don't know if it really is a road. I'll show you. It's just the ground, right? Just like a grounding piece. So you could put it underneath anything. So here it is. It's real teeny. So that'll be in crumb cake right here. Okay. Now we need to color. So I used Missy Moonlight for the flowers, and that looks like Mossy Meadow. So if you don't have Misty Moonlight, again, you could use Night of Navy, you could use Blueberry Bushel, you could use Boho Blue. If you didn't have Mossy Meadow, you could use Old Olive, which maybe that's Old Olive anyway. Let me look and see. No, I don't think that's Old Olive. I think that's Mossy Meadow. I think it's Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow. And then I said crumb cake. If you didn't have crumb cake, you could use maybe Pebbled Path or Pecan Pie or maybe Wild Wheat. Lots of options. Okay, so we can start. I'll zoom in again. Oh, we have a visitor. Hi. Okay, honey, it's time for bed. Okay, all right. Well, Mom is teaching class and it's time for bed, okay? Can you go lay down? I'll come up when I'm done. Okay, go lay in your bed. I'll be up in a little bit, okay?
Why do you have doggy treats right there?
I have doggy treats for Milo right here. But I'm teaching class, okay? All right, say hello. Say hi. Okay, all right. They can't see you. They can just hear you. All right, okay. Go upstairs and lay in bed. I'll come up and see you when I'm done, okay? I love you. Hello, sorry. Real life here. Okay, let's color the flowers. Okay, so they're real small. These are real small images. So we're gonna do dark misty moonlight, and we're just gonna do a little dot of dark in each flower. See, so it doesn't need to be anything too detailed there, just a little dot. And then we're gonna take our light misty moonlight and fill in the rest of the flower, making sure we color over what we just did the dark. And if it bleeds a little, it's okay. Not all of these flowers completely close. So I just think it's a little, like sometimes towards the bottom here, it's hard to tell what's the basket and what's the leaf. Okay, then I'm going to take Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to do the same with the leaves. I'm just going to do a little flick of dark in each leaf. And blend that out with light Mossy Meadow. And a lot of times when I'm looking for what colors I should use to color something, if I am using designer series paper, I will look at what color, like if you flip the designer series paper over on the back, it'll tell you what colors coordinate with the paper. So sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, I'll look and see what colors coordinate with the paper so that I can see like what color should I try to color with. Okay, so now this is the basket, and it's going to be dark underneath right there where the leaves are. So I'm making sure to add dark there. And then I'm going to blend out again with my light. Okay. All right, and there's our finished basket. Now what I think I might do is I'm going to take my white gel pen, and on my little flowers I'm going to do some little white, I'm going to do 3 little dots. Just adds a little bit of detail to our flowers, right? Okay, so now be careful not to touch, if you do add the white detail, careful not to touch, don't touch the white until it's dried. It takes a little bit to dry. So, all right, now we're gonna add dimensionals just to the left side of our happy birthday. So I'm just gonna add 2. And that is going to go right here, centered left to right, right above our little basket. Okay, just like that. Okay, oh, I forgot to zoom out some. Okay, just like that. And then let's take and trim our tails. Again, I don't know how these are supposed to be trimmed. I just guessed. And you should use ribbon scissors. You should not do what I'm doing and just use your regular scissors. You'll be happy with yourself if you get a pair of scissors and just use them for ribbon because they stay nice and sharp. Okay, now we need some embellishments. So we will do our pearls. I'm going to do one pearl next to the basket and another pearl next to Happy and Happy Birthday. And I'm going to do a bird flying in the sky. And he's going to fly right there. Okay, card number 3. All right, card number 3. Really cute. I love the paper on this one. Okay. All right, on to card number 4. So card number 4 is also a Highland Heather base. Okay. And in this one, you're going to get a bow already tied for you, a pecan pie bow. You're going to get a square from Stylish Shapes in white. You're going to get a white piece for your stamping. We're going to do some stamping on here. And then you're going to get a large piece of Designer Series paper and a coordinating smaller piece of Designer Series paper. And you're going to get a black mat and a white piece for the inside. Okay, so this is our white piece for the inside. This is the black mat for our large piece of DSP. And then this short piece right here. So let me tell you how I cut this one. Thanks, Marcia. Okay, let's see how I cut this one. So this one, this card base is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. Okay, so that's how you get your Z fold here. So it's a regular card base, scored at 4.5 and at 2 1/8. Sorry, 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. Scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. If you refer to the PDF tutorial, it's all in there too, okay? But that's how you make your Z fold. Okay, then for the Designer Series paper, it measures 5 1/4 tall. So again, this is 6 by 6 paper. So when you're looking at your paper, you have to cut off 3/4 of an inch to make it 5 1/4 inches tall. Then this piece measures 4 inches and then 1 1/2. So once you've cut it to be 5 1/4 inches tall, you cut it first at 4 inches, move it over, cut it at 1 1/2 inches. And that will give you your piece of paper here to measure, to be coordinating. Okay, see? Oh, this is my second favorite piece of pattern paper, I think. Okay, now this one has the same fold as the previous card, where we're going to score it here at the center, and then we're going to fold this one back. So take this, you're looking at the score and you fold it back. All right, so same thing as the card we just did. The difference is what we do with the paper on top of it. So, and the paper on the inside too. Okay, so let's do our stamping quick. Okay, so the inside of this is this white mat right here. So it measures 4 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna stamp on the right side at the bottom here. We're gonna stamp our boots. So let me find my boots. I might have put them away. Boots, boots, where are you, boots? There they are. And this cute little shovel. So here are the boots. And then Christina says, love this one you're on now. I know, I really like this one too. And it's my favorite because we get to color the wheelbarrow. So I love the wheelbarrow. Okay, and then this cute little shovel. I think it's called a spade. I attempt to garden. I'm not good at it, but I think this is a spade, and I don't know what this is. A trowel? Or maybe a trowel's a shovel, like a lawn shovel? I don't know. This is like a mini rake. That's what I'd call it, a mini rake. Totally not what it's called, but maybe you guys know what it's called. But okay, so we're going to stamp the boots and the shovel, spade. I don't know what it's called on the inside here in black. So whatever black ink you like to use. So I'm going to do boots right here. And little shovel is going to kind of like lean up against the boots. Okay, just like that. Okay. And that's it for stamping on the inside. Now, don't put your shovel away. We're going to stamp your shovel again. Let's see, we're not going to do the boots again. So let me clean those off. We're done with the boots. Whoops. We need the little thing that I didn't know what it was called. Shovel. I call it that thingy. Christina calls it that thingy. I agree. I don't know what it's called. That thingy. We're gonna stamp, color, and die cut the thingy. Okay, and then oh, we need the watering can again. Let's do the watering can. And we need hello. Hello. It's a very cursive-y hello. Okay, so we get hello. I don't think we need happy birthday anymore. Okay, and oh, we need the wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow. Happy birthday. Where's the wheelbarrow? There it is. I don't know if that'll fit on a D block. It just fits on a D block. We'll see if it stamps nice. Yeah. All right. I try to garden every year. I can't grow much. I think I give it too much water or not enough water. I don't really know. But I have good intentions when the season starts out. So you should let me know if you guys can grow anything and what you grow. So I've tried strawberries, peppers. Oh, we need Highland Heather ink. Let's get our Highland Heather. I've tried peppers, cucumbers, pumpkins. Yeah, I don't know. You name it, I've tried it. Okay, I'm going to move my stuff out of the way a little bit because we're going to do some ink splattering. So we're going to take our Highland Heather ink and we're going to take our little square here, our little stylish shaped square, and put it on some scratch paper. And we're going to, first we're going to stamp hello. So let's stamp hello with our mat first. Hello. So hello is going to be in Highland Heather, and we're going to stamp it at the top right of this little, I almost called it a triangle. The top right. So right about there. Okay. Gorgeous. I love this color purple. All right, now if your Wink of Stella has enough juice in it, I would suggest using your Wink of Stella for this. Mine is very dry, so I am going to use some water and a paintbrush. So I'm just going to take, this is like a small paintbrush here, it's not very big, and I'm going to take some water and I'm going to get the paintbrush wet over my trash can here. Okay, so now my paintbrush is wet. I'm going to take a block, any block, and I'm going to pick up some Highland Heather ink here. Okay, so there's just Highland Heather ink on this block, and it's a really light color, so we might have to do this a couple times. That's really juicy. I think I have too much water. Okay, I'm just gonna try putting my paintbrush right in there. And then we're gonna splatter. Okay, so if you need to add some more water, I think I wiped away too much water. I did, I wiped away too much water. There we go, that's better. See if I can get some more ink on here. This is a very light color. We might need to go a little bit darker. Get some more water. Get some more color. There we go. That looks like it got a lot of color that time. Okay, and then splatter. Ooh, there we go. There. Worked that time. Was that the third time? Third time's a charm, right? Okay. That's all we need Highland Heather ink for. Okay, now let's set that aside to dry. See, we got pretty Highland Heather splatters all over. Now, if you were able to do this with your Wink of Stella, you'd have sparkly Highland Heather splatters all over. Okay. All right, now let's stamp on our little scrap of paper in your card kit. We're going to stamp what we need to color in and then die cut out. So we need this little spade, I believe is what it's called, and the thingy. We'll stamp the thingy. the rake thingy. The watering can. And my favorite one, the wheelbarrow. Now, I might have to stamp mine twice because I think you should put it on an E block, not a D block, but I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. And it worked. Yay. Yay. All right. I think we're done with Memento now. Okay, let's do some assembly before we color. I don't know why I like to color last today, but normally I color first. I guess I just feel like coloring last today. Okay, so let's glue some stuff together. Let's get glue happy. So this is our inside mat, and this is our outside mat. So our inside doesn't have a mat. This is our inside, and our outside has a black mat. So we're going to take this larger piece of DSP and glue it onto here, onto the black one. So let's get glue. And again, there's just real small margins on these. I think if you do too large of margins with the black, it just looks better with real small margin, I think. With the black anyway. Okay. Then we're going to make sure this lines up, right? And it's going to go right here on the left side of our white piece. And it should line up perfectly at 5 1/4 tall. Okay, so that lines up. If it overhangs a little bit, you can always use your scissors or trimmer and trim it off. And then let's glue this inside piece to the inside of our card here. Now, on your card base here, this center piece is going to be blank. This center piece right here. Okay, so this gets glued down right here. So your centerpiece is blank. When you open your card, it completes the picture. Okay, so we're only going to put glue here, and that's why I'm not going to put glue on my paper. I'm going to put glue on my card base. Okay, and then I will make sure this is right side up again, and line it up on the outside edge, top, left, outside edge, and bottom. Okay, and hold it down for a second. Okay. Yay, that's so pretty. So when it closes, you can't see the inside. You can't see your white. So it's like a surprise. Okay, this is dry. It doesn't take long to dry. This is going to go in the center on dimensionals. So let's add our dimensionals. Okay, now I will tell you I wanted to put 9 dimensionals on here, so this is showing some restraint on my part. I go through dimensionals like you wouldn't believe. This is going to be centered. No, I think I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. I'm not going to center it. Thanks, Christine. I'm glad you like it. Okay, now we're going to color and do some die cutting. So I will pull out my colors. Now, I think I used Orchid Oasis. Let's see, we got to color a few things. So our flowers, our Misty Moonlight, that looks like Orchid Oasis. And then we need, we already have granite. We have granite, Smoky Slate for the watering can and the shovel. Looks like I used crumb cake there. Well, we need our black. We'll do basic black, light and dark. And I did pecan pie, light and dark. And gray granite for the wheelbarrow. Okay, so I got lots of colors. You wouldn't need to have all these colors. You can just get by with a couple of colors, but I like lots of colors. So let me zoom in and we'll color. Okay, so, whoops, there we go. So let's start easy. Let's do the this little spade. So it's going to be, let's see, dark smoky slate. And I'm literally just going to pick one side and make a little line of dark smoky slate. That's it. That's it for the shading on here. And then light smoky slate for the rest. Okay, easy peasy. Now our watering can is also going to be that color, but let's color the handles. So the handles I'm going to do in pecan pie. So this is dark pecan pie. And I'm going to make a little line if I can. And then fill in with light pecan pie. Now you can totally just use one marker here. I don't know that you can even tell that I used two, but I feel good using two. So I'm gonna use two. Okay, then let's color the watering can, and we'll color it in smoky slate. So again, I always start with the dark and just kind of guess where I think it would be dark. So again, this is a rounded object, so I think it would be dark coming from the outside there. And then I blend with my light. make sure I go over what I already colored. And again, you can always add more dark. Okay, I think that looks cute. Now you could color the wheelbarrow in smoky slate too. I'm not going to, just to show you some different ways to color things, but you could definitely color that in smoky slate too. It's probably made of the same metal if you were to look at it in a garden. Okay, so let's do the wheelbarrow. So the wheel is black, and I used basic black, dark and light. And this part of the wheel is white, at least on my wheelbarrow. I don't know what they really look like in real life. I should have Googled a picture. But I'm going to add the darkest part of my wheel right around the inside here. Okay. And then I will take my basic black light and color the rest of the wheel. And again, I'm going over what I colored and dragging that color out. When you color with alcohol markers, they blend best when the marker is still wet on the paper. So you want to color in small sections. Okay, now let's do my crumb cake. I'm going to do crumb cake for what I think would be like the wood part of the wheelbarrow, which is all like these little pieces here. So I'm going to do dark crumb cake. And I'm going to do a little line of dark. And then I feel like it would be dark under here, right? Like there would be some shadows under here. Maybe over here and back here. And then I'm going to be a little right there. And then I feel like the rest would maybe be light. But again, this is very small. You could color it all one color. Now, if you get outside of the line too much and you don't like it, when you're done coloring and you've die cut, you can use a white gel pen and go over where you colored a little bit. It helps cover up any where you went out of the lines too much. So I don't worry about it too much. I'm not super concerned. Okay, then the wheelbarrow. Let's do, so I did the watering can in smoky slate. So let's do the wheelbarrow in gray granite. So I'm going to take dark gray granite here and go wherever I think the wheelbarrow would be dark. So probably under here, right? Under the leaves, here. See, it's hard to tell what's wheelbarrow and what's flower here. So I'm just guessing. Just guessing. Okay, so that's where I think it would be dark, and then I will blend out with light. Okay. All right, now I did all the leaves. Oh, and here's the other handle. Let's see, that's crumb cake. I did all the leaves in Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to take the leaves, and there's, all the leaves look, I think, like this right here. Oh, there's some more wheelbarrow I missed. And I'm going to do a little dot of Mossy Meadow in every leaf. I think that's all of them. I don't really know. And then Mossy Meadow light. Okay, and then I'll come back and get that edge of the wheelbarrow that I missed. And then I think there's two kinds of flowers in here. So we're going to color them two different colors. All right, what did I do the wheelbarrow in? I think I did gray granite, right? I hope so. Okay, so I'm going to do these little round flowers. Maybe they're poppies or something. In Orchid Oasis. Yes, so I'm going to start with my dark and do a little dot of dark Orchid Oasis. My Orchid Oasis marker has a frilly on it. And then go back with light Orchid Oasis and color those in. Milo left. When my little one came in, she left the door open and Milo escaped. He's probably upstairs asking to go outside if I had to guess. Good thing we're almost done. Now these I did in Misty Moonlight. I feel like they're probably lavender. So let's do dark Misty Moonlight. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to do like little dots with the tip of my marker because I don't know how to color those. They're not really like closed in. They're just kind of like, I don't know, like half drawn. Like they're not fully drawn in. So I'm not really sure where they're supposed to end. So, you know, just going with my best judgment. And by dotting the light marker in with the dark marker, it'll help give them some texture. Okay, so there we go. Whoops, you're already really close. Those are our colored images. And I'm going to die cut them out and we will add them to the card and that will be it. So, my goodness, I have a lot on my desk. Okay, so we need this one and we need this one and this one. Where's the wheelbarrow? Oh, it's on here. Here's the wheelbarrow. Okay. So I think I stamped these far enough apart that we can die cut them all at one time. All right. Okay, watering can. And then these cutie little spades. All right, there's one. Here's two. They're so little. All right. Did I cut those quick? So what do you think of the coloring? You feel comfortable coloring, or is coloring new to you? If you didn't want to color, you could just stamp the images too in black. You wouldn't have to color them. That would be cute too. It'd be a little bit different look. Okay, look how cute they are. Oh, I can't get over how cute they are. Or I'll zoom in a little. Yeah. Okay, and then there's our adorable wheelbarrow. I love it. Okay, then we just have to assemble them on the front of the card. So they are going to get... This wheelbarrow will get some dimensionals. So, whoops. Okay. And it's going to go in the center, left to right on this little square. Marcia says I'm not crazy about coloring. Oh, Sherry says she loves the blends. Patricia Taylor, not great at coloring lovely cards. Thanks, Patricia. I think you guys all should try coloring because I will tell you that I used to not like coloring. It wasn't my thing. It just wasn't. I wasn't good at it. I didn't like the way it looked when I was done. It just wasn't my thing. And then I just kept practicing and I watched other people color and picked up their tips and tried out what they were doing. And before long, I was liking how I was coloring and I was happy with it. And it just takes time and practice and maybe a little bit of acceptance in ourselves, right? Of not needing to be perfect. I know that was definitely something I had to get over because I like to have things be perfect. And that's just not how art goes, right? Sometimes the accidents we make end up being better than what we originally had planned. Okay, so here's my little shovel guy. And then I'm gonna do the little thing we're calling the thingy underneath. And squeeze him under there. Okay. Maybe I did him on top like that. Okay, now that I have these down, I'm gonna add some white gel pen. Okay, I'm gonna do some highlights on the wheel. And down here on the bottom too. And some highlights on the wheelbarrow. And on our watering can. And a little bit on the shovel. Or spade, whatever that thing's called, I don't know. And then the two last things we have, it says, Christina says, my motto is perfectly imperfect. That's a great motto. I love that. Yes, perfectly imperfect. Yes. All right, where's our bow? Here's our bow. So find the back of your bow and put it into your glue dot. Perfectly imperfect. That's a great motto. Okay. So our bow will go up here. This is kind of like a little baby bow. And let's trim our tails on that. Come on now. And then this one. Okay. And then we'll do, where'd my pearls go? Okay, we'll do a pearl up here and a pearl down here. And then let's do, I don't think I've done a dragonfly yet, so we'll do a dragonfly. Up in the sky. Right here. And that is card number 4. Yay, we're done. We finished. All right, so I'm gonna lay them out and I want you, I'm gonna zoom out and I bet you can see my messy desk here. All right, no, you can't too much. All right, you tell me which card is your favorite. So this was number 4. This was number 3. This was number 2. And this was number 1. Okay, so tell me which one your favorite was. I don't know. I'm really liking this one because I like the coloring. Like, I just love how the coloring turns out. I think it looks cute. It goes with the paper really well. I really like it. Okay. So let me know which one's your favorite. All right. I'll call Milo down here so you can see Milo. I think he's upstairs, but I'll call him down here so you can see him. I think I can mute it somehow. I'm not really sure. Otherwise, I should be around this weekend for Let's Craft episode. I can't remember. I don't remember what episode I'm on. 19 maybe? So I will be around. It'll probably be in the evening on Saturday. We've got some stuff going on Saturday during the day, so I don't know that I'll be live during the day. Sherry Wilker likes card number 3. That's this one. Oops, you can't see. Oh, and Patricia Taylor likes number 3 too. That's this one. Yeah, I know. I love how the paper lines up on this one. Marsha Lawn says, oh gosh, hard to pick. I know, Marsha. That's how I feel too. I was so looking forward to this class because I love these cards. Okay, so on Saturday I will be around. I thought about giving Give It a Whirl a try. So that is an interactive die, and it doesn't have like a coordinating stamp set. It's just an interactive die that you can use with any stamp set. So I thought about using Give It a Whirl. We'll see. That's going to take some pre-planning. So we'll see how much time I have in between now and then. Otherwise, I will come live. Ooh, Marcia says number 1, 2, 3, or 4. All of them, right? All of them. Me too. So we'll see if I can come up with something with Give It a Whirl. I don't see it used very often, and I really like it. So I'd love to maybe give some inspiration and some tips and tricks and ideas on how to use it. And maybe if you watch me use it, you can see how you could use it at home. So it's in the annual catalog, and I don't think they really feature it in any of the cards in the annual catalog. So I thought, what the heck, maybe I'll give it a try. So I like a challenge. Ooh, Sherry says, I want to make number 3 first. Yeah. I love these cards. I love them. I'm glad you guys like them too. I really am. So, like I said earlier, I do still have card kits. So if you'd like to get a card kit, let me know. I'd be happy to send one out to you. They are free with a $50 order before tax and shipping on my website using the current host code. So you can go to browndogcraftcompany.com. You'll find the host code there and a link to shop. You can also find my class calendar for 23 and 2024, since we're really almost done with 2023. Can you guys believe it? I feel like it should be like 2021. I don't know where the past like 2.5 years have gone, but I guess they're gone forever. So I'll be here on Saturday. We'll maybe give It a Whirl a try. Maybe not. Otherwise, I'll find something else to make. Maybe I'll do something with like ice cream swirl or hot air balloon. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. So, and then I'll be here on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central for Let's Craft card class with Sparkling Snowflakes, Shop the Town. What's the third one? Garden Meadow again. So thanks, Marcia. So that class is generally a little bit quicker because we only make 3 cards. So I will call Milo down so you guys can see him, and then I'll let you go since it's already, well, here it's 10:03. I don't know what time it is where you are, but all right, let me get Milo. He likes his snacks. So all I have to do is like shake his little snacks. So hold on, I'll go get Milo. Milo! Milo, you want a snack? Snack, Milo! Come on! All right, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Can you hear him coming down the stairs? He's a little loud. Hi, Bubby. They want to see you. Come on. All right, come on up. Hi, come on. Come on. Oh, good boy, Milo. Oh, good boy. Come on. Come on up. Oh, what a good boy you are. Yes. Oh, such a good bear. Come on, up, up, up. Oh, yeah, it's a good boy. Uh-huh. You want some more? Do you want some more? Oh, good boy. Yes. All right, up. Oh, oops. Oops, I dropped that one. Marcia, it's 10:04 in Texas. Okay, Marcia, you're at the same time I am. Come on up. Come on up. Oh, good boy. Oh, yes. Ohio, it's 11:03 and freezing. Oh, Christina, I know it's cold here too. Like 30 degrees today. It's awful. So you're an hour ahead of me, Christina. So, all right, well, there's Milo. I hope you all got your Milo fix for the week. I'll show him again on Saturday, but yeah. So, yeah, Christina, I try to show Milo every day at the end of class. So he likes the treats. So yeah, I know. Isn't he cutie? I'm happy he can still jump up on the desk because this is a really high desk and he's 11. So, but he can still jump up for food, of course. He's a lab. So I don't know if any of you have ever had labs before, but labs are like, at least the labs I know, they are notorious for like being motivated, highly motivated by food, which Milo is very motivated by food. So he has been his whole life. So, but anyway, all right. Well, I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Oh, Patricia, it's 70s in Arizona. Oh, are you bragging? I don't even want to hear what it's like in Texas, Marcia. I don't. Oh, 71 today, Marcia. Oh, you guys. I miss summer. It's like 6 months away and I already miss summer. You know, I thought I like sweatshirt weather, which I do. I do like sweatshirt weather, but I don't like 30s and like 30 below and whatever it gets here. So I'll just have to live vicariously through you all who live in warmer climates than me. And I will be in Houston in March, so that'll be nice. It'll be really cold here and hopefully not cold in March in Houston. I don't know. Y'all are bragging. Yeah, they are bragging. Yeah. Okay, guys. All right. Well, thanks for spending your Tuesday night with me. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And I will see you all on Saturday afternoon. I'll probably email you on Friday with what time I'm going to go live on Saturday. So, but late afternoon. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, guys. It was fun tonight. I'm glad you all could join me. 75 tomorrow. Marcia. Send the warmth up here, Marcia. All right. It's like there's a 10-second delay. So, Marcia, she would rather be cold. You know what? That's because we always want what we don't have. I always wanted to be blonde. That's because I don't have blonde hair. So we always want what we don't have. Okay. All right. Now, for real, I'm going to count to 10. And I'll see you all on Saturday, hopefully. So it was really fun tonight. I'm glad you all could come and craft with me. Ooh, and I forgot I was going to burn a new candle while we were crafting today. I got this. It says, all I want for Christmas is sleep. And it smells amazing and it's glittery. I think the glitter probably goes away when you burn it, but yeah. So anyway, I was going to burn this today and I forgot. So I don't know if it's supposed to make you sleepy or if it's just a funny pun on whatever, but next time I'll burn the candle. And then I don't even know what it smells like. Spiced eggnog, amaretto, rum, vanilla, cream. Delicious. Marcia says gladly. She'll gladly bring the warmth here. All right. Okay, guys. I will see you on Saturday. I'll try my best to make something with Give It a Whirl. You know what might be really cute with Give It a Whirl is the new hot air balloon. I think that might be really cute. I will see if I can come up with that. All right. We'll see. We'll see how busy the rest of the week is. Okay. Have a great night, everyone. I think Milo has to go outside. So I'll see you all on Saturday. Have a great rest of the week. Bye. Thanks for joining. See you later.